Happy Wednesday, everybody. Today we are talking about Meek Mill's tax problems. All right. He's had tax problems the last 3-4 years and paid several $1 million in taxes. And he doesn't understand why. So we're going to talk about it. We're going to break it down. And if you have tax problems because it is tax season, we should be able to help you out too. But welcome to the Black Wolf Rebel Show. I'm Kamari, the late one. Jimmy's the guy that complains about me being late. And Corey's just chilling like a villain. What's up, fellas?
What's really good?
Why you gotta put me out there like that, man? Listen, man, I just want you to show up on time.
Wait a minute. I said I'm the late one. I'm taking responsibility.
First of all, hold on, wait a minute. Y'all, I'm a phone. No, I mean, I was trying to tie it into the show and whatnot. But
I didn't think you were finished, by the way. I didn't think you were finished.
No, what I was saying is you put me out there about me talking to you about your lateness, man. I just want you to respect our people, man. Like
I respect our people because I'm here every Wednesday for free.
What would Nate do, man? Nate would be here on time.
Oh God. Nate would be a predator, but that's neither here nor there. It's neither here nor there.
But to answer your question, beloved, I'm doing good, man. I woke up this morning, I'm here, so I have no complaints whatsoever. You know what I mean? Let's talk. Well, what's good?
What's up with you, man? How are you?
I'm just trying to have it like the habits have it. That's all. I ain't making no noise, man. I'm out here trying to stack some money so I can get some of these golden immigrant cards so I can get some, folks to come.
So you can pay down a debt? Yo.
Hey, listen, you put some outside the box thinking. There's some outside the box thinking, right?
Okay.
I mean, the math is kind of wild. Like, if we sell 10 million, like, you want to sell 10 million now? Not word? Okay.
All right. So, if you say so, if you think that's some out of the box thinking, I think his alma mater is ashamed to say his name, but, that's neither here nor there.
Listen, sometimes thinking be way too far out of the box. You know what I'm saying? It's a difference between being out of the box thinking and, like, just off your rocker thinking, Corey, what's up with you, bro? Why you being so quiet over there, man? What you watching, sports?
No, I ain't doing nothing.
You watching the sorry ass Sixers?
No, the Sixers fucking stink.
Damn, everybody ain't got love for the Sixers, man.
Yo, shout out to Paul George. You said I'm gonna stop podcasting because I want to win a chip. Like, really? FOH. Anyway,
no, stop potting because you about to get.
I missed that.
He better off continuously potting. His pod better than his game been lately. But it is what it is.
He how we get rid of Tobias and get a worse Tobias anyway.
Shout out to Podcast Pito. His podcast is fire.
I've never listened to it. What's the name of his podcast?
Is it called Podcast P? Ain't it?
I don't know, man. I don't watch podcasts like that. Yeah, I'm not.
How you gonna be a podcast and say you don't watch podcasts though?
No, I said I don't watch podcasts like that.
What podcast do you watch? Everybody watches some podcast. What podcast do you enjoy?
Corey don't enjoy podcasting. First of all,
it gotta be at least a sports pod. You watch Gil's Joint? You watch maybe how about Cam and Mace?
No.
No podcast?
No.
I'm not a fan.
Corey don't like none of this shit.
Yeah, man. Like, listen, man.
Corey don't watch TV, on podcasts.
Yeah, I be in my own joint, and then the thing is, I ain't really watch basketball. I probably watched 5 basketball games all season.
Yo, it's funny you said it. I was just telling Dev, I was like, yo, honestly, this is the least amount of hoops I've watched since I was probably 8 years old. Like, literally. 30 plus years of this is the least amount of hoops I've ever watched. And I don't want to sound like a get off my lawn dude, but it just is what it is.
Get off my lawn.
Yeah, it just is what it is.
You are him. It's okay.
It's just tough to watch, bro. I really felt like I get off my lawn day today. I saw something on Twitter and I was like, hold up. It was a whole thread going around. They said like Polo and Nautica clothes, that's Unkwear. I was like, Polo is Unkwear. I was like, hold up. How's Polo and Nautica Unkwear?
I mean, it really is. It really
is. They called it Unkwear. I was like, hold up.
It really is.
But then the thread got to be funny because, like, Unk Deuce was clapping back. They was like, "Yo, you just mad because you want to look like a transgender vampire. You want to dress like that, so you mad that we want to wear low." So
it sound like they still made the point though, because the unks clapped back.
Oh, the unks did clap back, but that's what made this very funny. But I also felt the type way. I was like, "Damn, I definitely am unk status," because we grew up on low.
You unk. I never understood why we grew up on low though. I never got it.
I know you about to go into your Ralph Lipschitz bag and it wasn't our thing. It was aspiration.
I'm not in my Ralph Lipschitz bag, by the way, for those who don't know. That is the founder of Low. But my thing, I've always been a proponent of black owned business. So where's the Polo at? Where's the Carl Kanai at? Fuck Ralph.
I mean, Carl Kanai had a wave. Don't get like he didn't have a wave. I mean, there was a lot of think about it. We grew up
Wait. You said he had a wave.
He had a wave. Yes.
What does Polo have? A tidal wave?
Yes.
Whole ocean? Okay, well that's what we need.
But I think it was also strategic. So by the way, if you ever study Ralph Lipschitz, there's actually great business lessons in his story because first of all,
he's the first lifestyle dude.
Yes, but also like when he wanted to try like things that were like less. So Polo is very minimalist, right, in its approach to how they produce things. And also the one thing I'll say about Polo is it's always been a great quality. But when he wanted to try other things, he would literally just create other brands like Chaps or we call that. Could have had a polo shirt.
That's for the Marshalls people.
Could have had a polo shirt.
Could have had a polo shirt. Y'all was wilding with that.
Yeah,
bro.
that's what we used to call it. Could have had a polo shirt or cheap ass polo shit. But anyway, he would just create like side brands to like, he would create side missions to like try other stuff. But he kept the classic. This isn't really about that. But the point is, I just telling you, I felt the type way when they said that Nautica and Polo was uncwear.
Okay. I'm sorry for your loss.
It's not my loss.
But listen.
So you grew up wearing FUBU and a Nietzsche? That's what you was wearing?
Hold on. Before we even go down that pathway, right? Hold on. I want to introduce the new word of the day. Before we even
Auntie Becky was another word to help you build your vocabulary. And it's a word I just learned today from my friend Brett. The word is enshittification. Enshittification is a noun, and it describes a decline in the quality and experience of online platforms and services. Like the enshittification of Twitter once it became X.
Facts.
The enshittification of Facebook now that we are being bombarded with all of these ads in our feeds.
Super facts.
And I believe you can use enshittification when you're talking about the government. Using it in a sentence, I would say, the United States cacostocracy is leading us to the enshittification of democracy. Enshittification. It was Australia's word of the year in 2024, and I am adding it to my How to Cuss with Class list in 2025. Enshittification. I love it. Add that word to your vocabulary bank and make it your time, your shine. Auntie Bev speaks.
All right, shout out to Auntie Bev. I do have a problem with what she said, though.
Why? Why do you have a problem with it?
Because she said it's a noun. That would be an adjective and not a noun, by the way.
Oh, God.
Yeah,
I'm just
if it's a word describing another word, then it's an adjective.
Exactly, Corey. Thank you. That's all I'm saying. Like a noun is a person, place, or thing. It doesn't, I mean,
it's a thing too, though. But I got it. Y'all getting y'all central nerd shit on.
No.
Go ahead, rock out.
If you're using it in a sentence and using it to describe something else, then it's an adjective. I don't understand.
If it modifies a noun, then it's an adjective. It's not a noun. So
that's what it is. When I went to high school, I didn't learn that stuff. I didn't learn that in elementary school.
You're supposed to learn that in like second grade, third grade, bro.
I wasn't as fortunate as y'all. I'm sorry.
Yo, you gotta chill, bro. You did learn that. I don't care where you did.
No. I might have learned it, but I forgot it, and I don't even give a shit anymore. It doesn't matter.
No, you don't. But there's certain things that you just keep with you forever, dog. You don't know what an adverb or an adjective is, and a noun and a verb is.
I know what a noun is. Noun is like join. Person.
You know what a verb is.
Thing. That's
all right,
it.
what's a verb then?
Action.
There we go.
That's all I got.
An adverb.
Now, what's the words that describe the words in that?
Yeah,
I don't know.
One modifies a verb and one modifies a noun. An adjective modifies a noun. So enshittification would be an adjective, not a noun. But it's still funny either way. But it was just bothering.
I mean, you just took all the fun out of it, by the way.
It couldn't help.
You know what? So Jimmy always likes getting inside dope about what my friends say about me. So this is why me and your friends, Jimmy. My friends call me the fucking fun police. Jimmy, you're being the fun police right now.
I really wasn't trying to. It was bothering. It really was bothering.
Listen, just like I can't help it, you can't help it either.
Yeah, no, it was bothering me. It was bothering me the whole time. It was bothering me.
Oh man, listen, I'm just happy to give that label to somebody else. That's all. I thought it was just me.
It's all good.
So listen, we're gonna have fun today, y'all. I got some jokes. I got some commentary for y'all. I'm wondering if y'all can relate to this. There's a clip that I found, and I thought Jimmy would fit the bill for this. And if Jimmy could just do whatever he wanted, I could actually see him doing a podcast talking about this.
I wonder why Wesley Pipes talked like that.
Whoa, don't make me look bad.
Unlike most performers who stayed quiet, Wesley Pipes turned every scene into a running dialogue.
You got big ass, bro.
His aggressive, confident delivery made him stand out instantly.
See, he laughing so hard because he know I'm right. It's not even slander.
The way he talked, a mix of comedy, trash talk, and pure dominance. Whether you loved it or laughed at it, Wesley Pipes made sure that you never forgot his scene. To this day, fans debate whether he was trolling or that was actually him acting like that.
Do it again. Do it again.
This video was inspired by a conversation about talking her through it and how good some of us are and how some of us aren't at it. But more surprisingly, when you find out somebody else been talking her through it. Like, there's a whole generation of dudes out here that have been raised by Wesley Pipes, and
Jimmy's one of them.
That will talk to your girl like that in real life. And y'all know how Wesley talked.
Do that again.
Listen, I couldn't resist that when I saw it.
Yo, you out of pocket, yo.
But am I wrong? Am I wrong though?
Listen,
Corey ain't say nothing because he don't want to talk bad about you.
It's not saying. I'm just laughing at the video because the boy was egregious, and he was a troll. He was a troll before a troll was a troll.
Facts.
That's all. So shout to GC and Jamil. I see y'all in the chat.
What up, y'all?
Call my man Trolly Massimino.
Oh, happy Savior's Day. I didn't know the name was Savior's Day. That's what's up. What up, GC? All right, Eddie Bauer, Tommy is unwear. Yo, wow. Low, Lacoste, Azad are classic and evergreen. No, they unwear too, though. Same era. Kamar, do you think Willie? I don't even know what Willie Wear is. Would that have been our classic brand had it not passed? I don't know what's Willie Wear.
I don't remember. I remember Walker Wear.
Yeah, I'm good. I don't even know what that is.
What up, Anthony?
And what's goody? I remember Walker Wear.
Yeah, I don't know.
Willie Esco.
Yeah, who is that? I have no idea. But listen, I've already played the practical prank of the day. Can't do too much. I guess we have to get serious now, if that's even a thing. I don't know. I don't know.
I shot the Jarrell, yo.
Wait a minute, I missed that. What did he say? Pause on Willie. Okay. Yeah, you want me to crush the Ben cookies, huh? Call me Uwar, you delicious troglodyte. Oh, wow. He said that?
That sound like Wesley used to be talking wild, bro. Allegedly, as if I ever seen anything like that,
So I never saw.
No, I didn't. By the way, I grew up on that. By the way, Kamar. You know what I'm saying? Now, Mr. Marcus's neighborhood, though. That never mind.
Polo is Thomas, but what about them Joko jeans, though? You know, I saw those jeans. I never knew what the hell they were, though.
Vocal tank top on at this. What was Nelly's brand?
Never knew.
Nelly owned
Never
Vocal, man.
Never knew. Never knew.
Vocal and Apple Bottoms.
What about Simon? Oh, Willie Greer was Will Smith. Oh.
Willie Smith, Tukey Smith's brother.
Oh. Okay. No, I didn't ask. I didn't know that. And so Tukey was he was a Crip, I believe, right?
That's
I know he was still.
Oh, isn't that Tukey Williams? I don't know who Tukey Smith is.
Oh, right. Yeah, I'm definitely messing this all up.
Yeah, you are. Yo, you didn't. I don't know where you at with it, bro.
Yeah, because I was thinking about the brother that got sentenced to life on death row.
Well, the Jamie Foxx. Revenge is no longer in my vocabulary. That's what he said in the movie, by the way. Now I got to look at Tukey Smith because Tukey Smith.
Outcast clothing is underrated. Yo, the way our shows go are wild. You brought up Low and Esco and Carl Kanai, and what was the other one you brought up? No,
I mean, listen, that came from a Twitter thread where they's calling Low Unkware. I thought it was funny. And by the way, Outkast themselves might be underrated.
Well, I mean, they are the most successful hip hop group ever, so I think they are underrated.
They don't get treated like the royalty they should. As an aside, I just saw that Wu-Tang is going on their final tour, and the last stop is in Philly.
Really?
I might go. And the only reason I might go, honestly, is not even to see Wu-Tang. Is the opening act is Run the Jewels. So I might go because their live show was crazy. You know, I told y'all that I'm a Run the Jewels stand, and I was trying not to be just because for political reasons, but LP is dope.
LP won you over?
He did, dog. He did. Listen, it takes a lot for LP to win me over, but LP. I've been an LP fan before Run the Jewels, but I tried to deny it. So I agree with what Simon said, man. Big Boy is phenomenal, man. Like that last album that Big Boy had by himself, I actually was a fan. He had a couple slaps on there. Big Boy definitely. It's funny when like you one of the nicest, but your man is just like super nice. So you don't get your just due because your man is like super nice.
You know what's crazy? I never even checked for Andre as a great rapper because Big Boy was always my favorite.
Andre's phenomenal too. Andre's alien level.
I never said he's not phenomenal, but like when people was putting him in his top 5, I was literally dumbfounded at first when people was like comparing him to the all-time greats. I was like, why would you compare him when Big Boy better than him?
So I get it though, because when Andre leaves Earth, when he does like features, he goes alien level. Like Andre is one of the ones, but I just think it's funny because Big Boy is phenomenal, but it's like, yo, I'm A, but my man just happened to be A+, and we in a group together. It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like Styles and Kiss. Like Styles is phenomenal, but Kiss is Kiss. Like, so it's like sometimes people will call Styles.
No, but I think Styles gets Kiss a lot of times.
Yeah, but Jadakiss was a difference though. Jadakiss is a superstar. Like it's
because of his voice. But I mean, I agree.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, imagine being like, dope. It's kind of probably how you feel. Like when we pod together, like everybody, like, yo, Jimmy is phenomenal. Kamari's great, but it's just that Jimmy's there. Like, so I kind of empathize with you, bro.
Hey man, you should have all the accolades, bro. Just give me the cash.
No, I told you yesterday you could be Jadakiss, dog. I want to be Styles because I'm a Styles fan.
Listen, I don't want to be Jadakiss.
By the way, Corey, I just want you to know, Kamari. I told Kamari he got to be Jadakiss. I just want to be Styles. He said that he want to be Sheik. I said you want to rumble Corey for that because that's the guy.
So I misspoke. So I love Sheik, but I would rather be Styles. That's more my temperament. You like to be Jada. You like to be the front man. That's why you blabberskite so much.
I blabberskite so much as I love talking to my people, man. Plus, I love our audience though, because y'all be in here wilding. I mean, think about it this way: we've been on for like because you was late. We've been on for like 20 minutes.
The slander.
Within the 20-minute period, we discussed whether Polo was unkware. You were going over whether the boy talked too much in his acting. Wesley talked too much in his acting.
That's your man's.
Wu-Tang.
No pause.
Shout out to guest Jabot using what? Courtney. See, y'all have some. I'm not familiar with that. That we ain't wear that.
But you familiar with guessing Jabot, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
but not Cornici.
Markia.
Cornici up, what up, Markia? Yo, side note. Oh, yeah. I showed my wife that one Markia video, dog. She was dying for like 2 days. That one Beyonce video. That's the greatest video on the internet right now.
Markia, did you see we highlighted you last week too? We highlight your shit. We fuck with you heavy.
Yeah, listen. Gangsta the Gentleman is absolutely fire.
What is that? I don't even know what that is.
So you can't be Styles if you don't know what Gangsta the Gentleman is. It's Styles' album, dog.
Okay.
Yeah, you can't. You wilding, bro.
That's fine. No, we talked about it here.
But you just said you don't know what a gangster.
No. Y'all having two different conversations. He's talking to Markia when he said where.
Why he keeps saying Wesley's your guy's crazy? I missed that part. We'll run it back in a minute.
See, of course you're gonna want to run it back.
Listen.
He's talking about the legendary American actor Wesley.
And not Snipes either. Not Wesley Snipes. But real quick, let's get down to business, right? We got to handle a couple of things, right? Brass tacks. Then we can get back to the shenanigans. Why your boy got tax problems, man?
So I spent too much time on X. So I saw him today, like talking about it again. But this is what he posted a couple of days ago.
He talked about it again?
Yeah, he was saying that he had the money to pay. Here's where his confusion was. But let me read the first thing that he wrote a couple days ago. He said the IRS made me pay $2.8 million from 2013, and I only made $2 million. How do I fight that? I've been paying my taxes since I was 23 years old. Paying damn near $3M out of your account randomly is stressful. But today he had put up a post and he was saying that he wasn't complaining because he had the money to pay. He was saying he doesn't understand how I owe 2.8 when I only made 2, right? So it's a little context of that, man. Like I root for Meek because Meek's from Philly, but sometimes like I'll go on his Twitter and I'm like, I wonder if he's trolling or
this don't look like trolling.
No. We have to say it. Some days Meek is on the slow bus. He has blonde moments.
All right, but that's a better way to say what I was getting ready to say. I was gonna go full Corey on y'all, but you said it a better way. You said it.
Sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes. But I wonder, is he trolling or is it really like short bus? Hey, listen, man. They say our public schools are some amongst some of the worst. But and some people were trying to explain to him interest penalty, those kind of things, and he just didn't understand it. So salute to Meek though. Although Philly right now is going crazy with like a lot of the 40-plus-year-old, they beefing right now online. So it's kind of wild right now. But that was a tax thing. So I said, I sent it to Kamari because Kamari is the resident tax guy. So I wanted to get his opinion on, taxes.
So there's a lot of context mixing out of that, and I'm looking forward to today's post. And I see my guy Ronnie. Shout out to Ronnie Good. He's another fellow tax brother we know in the circle.
Shout out to Ronnie, man. Me and Ronnie did a talking engagement together. Shout out to Ronnie.
Okay, yeah, Ronnie's dope. But there's a lot of things missing out of this, right? That it's really even hard to talk about it. So I'm like, what are we talking about? So all right, he only made $2 billion. Okay, is that his active income? What about his passive income? So I don't know what he's talking about. And I've been doing this for over 35 years. When I tell you black folks do not, and all people honestly, do not understand tax and how it works, that's an understatement.
I want to add something to that. I get why you say that, right? But I think that, and there's something else got to be said here.
Okay.
Nobody understands tax because our tax system is.
But I said that. I did say.
Let me finish though. Hold on. Wait a minute. What I was saying is this: because our tax system is way too complicated. It's too much going on there, man. This is why
it's really not. But go ahead.
No, it really is though. Rest in peace, Herman Cain, dog. Our tax code is like is bigger than War and Peace. It's ridiculous.
Okay.
Listen.
So there are certain. I won't debate you with that. I agree with you on that. There's certain parts of the tax code that are super duper complicated, weird as fuck, and make absolutely no sense. No argument. However, your average person, it's simple. You got income, you have expenses, you have deductions, you have to know where you get the most bang for your buck. That's usually a business, real estate, some type of investments.
What about my G-Wagon?
Goddamn G-Wagons. Matter of fact, did you see the video I put up? Did you see the video I put up?
I ain't really been on the socials other than X, so I haven't seen it. What you say, man?
Man, so this was because it's funny you brought this up. I gotta find this real quick. So I found a G-Wagon, some G-Wagon slander I put up a couple days ago.
Mm-hmm.
And let me find this. Let me find this real quick.
The way the internet made the G-Wagon like a tax thing is hilarious. I will never like forget the fact that internet made the G-Wagon.
Was it really the G-Wagon, or was it ghetto ass, ratchet ass black? This is important. Black gurus talking shit about tax and ain't no absolute shit about tax.
Yeah, but they made the G-Wagon kind of like the it's the symbol of beating the tax code is the G-Wagon, man.
Which is dumb as shit.
Hey, Corey, you extra quiet tonight, bro. What's going on, man?
Nothing, man. Y'all talk about taxes, man. I owe the government money, so
I owe the government money, man. So I don't got nothing. I don't got nothing to say.
You gonna be quiet? You said you owe them folks a couple $.
Yeah, I owe them dudes money. They sent me a letter yesterday talking about I owe them an extra $3,800.
Jeez.
I ain't gonna hold you though.
So what happened is I sold the house. I paid the taxes on it, but they said I had it for more than a year, so I owe. I paid the taxes on the sale, but I didn't pay the taxes on what I owe for the house for the year because I had it for more than a year.
Yo, I ain't gonna front. I owe the state a bag right now. I just keep forgetting to pay it.
Yeah, so I owe them folks money, so I ain't talking, because like I said, I paid the money on the sale of the house when I sold it, but I didn't pay the money because I didn't know that I had it more than a year. Because I sold it right away, but I couldn't transfer the title. I had to wait to transfer the title.
So you owe real estate taxes. Sounds like
Yeah, but it's
it could be both. It could be a couple of things. You could also have a tax credit.
The city is the thing that sent me the money. It's not the state folks. The city where I sold it at.
So there's real estate taxes. Let's go get a G-Wagon. But listen though.
Hold up. Watch this. So I shared that.
I saw it on TikTok. I did see that.
Right, so that's why you brought it up. That's what I was guessing. So I shared
that. I was just bringing it up because the G-Wagon is a thing online. When people start talking tax, the G-Wagon comes up. But first of all, I want to salute you because you are low key like a domain name hustler, dog. You be owning more domain names. I thought I owned a lot of domain names, and I probably do, but I don't use them the way you do. Like easytaxseason.com. Like,
I mean, what's the problem?
There's not a problem with it. I was giving you credit.
I feel some slander coming behind it. You never
slander. I said you. Listen.
I know there's something coming.
You can't even compliment the dude without him thinking you slandering him.
No, because
y'all do spend a lot of time shooting. Clap, 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 popping.
Lots of shade.
Listen, each other's direction.
No, but I own a lot of domain names, but I'll be forgetting to use them. But you're good at like easy tax season. Like that's the first time I saw that one.
Yeah, I need to update it and reuse it again. But so there's a lot of confusion around taxes. One, because there's a lot of bullshit people out there. Listen, I have a client, and we all met this client. She told me she would get her taxes done in the back of a Popeyes.
Listen, my cousin go to the same bowl.
But that's problematic. Is he in the back of the Popeyes?
Yes, but guess what? My cousin also got ordered it. So, but he told me like, yo, my tax dude works in the back of a Popeyes. I was like,
yo, that's wild as shit to me.
But there's also somebody else who we both know. I'm not gonna put their name out there, not on the public airwaves, but they also go to the same bowl in the back. The bowl in the back of the Popeyes must be making a couple dollars because the person other person was talking about. I know at least 3 or 4 people that go to that same bowl.
You talk about trapping, heat trapping. Quick story. I told this to somebody today. My office now. By the way, I have to tell you this.
First off, which office? Because you balling right now.
I only have one. The office that's across the street from the fire department and the police station.
That's your Philly office. What about your other office in the county?
You talking too much right now, bro. You doing too much.
You owe them too?
You out here low key snitching, man.
you owe them folks too?
Listen, we're not gonna talk about that.
All right, go ahead. You talking about your Philly office? Go ahead though.
So as I'm going into work today, I found a mattress. A mattress, you say? A mattress in front of my goddamn door, just randomly out there. Like it's wild as hell.
That's funny in a way that I can't describe. Like, why would somebody just put a mattress in front of your crib? Like,
listen, I can't even make this up. This is why I tell y'all this landlord shit is bullshit.
A mattress. I know you like filming content, but you ain't going to the underworld, are you?
Listen, shout out to Coach Carter, the other real estate mogul, him and Jimmy in the city.
No, I'm poor. Malik is balling. I'm poor, dog.
But yeah, I found an old mattress. Let me find it real quick. Where the hell did it go? Like,
Malik, that's a good point though. Like he be parading around with all these folks, but then he come to Twitter. Like he does it all the time. That's why I said he has to be trolling half of the time. He has to be trolling. He's like, yo, I need someone to teach me about fill in the blank. And I'm like, you gotta be trolling for engagement. You gotta be.
Gots to be. All right, but we're gonna come back to Meek in a minute because there's a story here, and it ties in.
You were telling us about your new business. You filming content, and you got a mattress or something. You said, right? So
no. So everybody knows I'm a landlord now, right? My pop passed away, left me his building. That's what I walk into this morning, going to work to meet clients. How? Why? I have no freaking clue.
That's wild, bro.
No clue. So, and it's funny, right? And I swear I'm gonna get to the story in a minute. It's funny, right? Because I'm reminiscing about me and my dad talking. Because I would fuss at my dad all the time, like, why are you in Home Depot? Why are you in Home Depot? And what did I do today? Go to goddamn Home Depot in the middle of the day. And that was not what I planned to do. Because if you don't clean that up, you get a fine. Not only that, if you look in the little background right there, people got a whole bag of food and weave. It's like, what in the world is going on? What in the world is going on? But anyway, this came to mind because, again, my office is across the street from the fire department and the police station. Years ago, I used to have a lot of fire department clients and police clients. What happened was they had a guy. That guy used to get them all refunds. So I lost a bunch of clients one season to a bunch of these law-abiding citizens went to this other person that would get them higher refunds. They left me. They was like, I'm going to get the big refund, the big check, the big bag. About 2 years later, they're like, yo, man, we got audited. What do you mean you got audited? What'd you do? We didn't do nothing. Our tax preparer got audited. And then the IRS audited all of us. It's like, oh, what do you want me to do?
Yeah, I mean, listen, that's the way it really works.
How you say it, Jimmy? Y'all out here chasing waterfalls.
Yeah, they took rules and laces you used to.
They took rules and laces you used to, man.
Another way that applies there is they want it to be one way, but it's the other way.
Yeah, that is correct. So they wound up coming back, but it's like, y'all did all right, and I gotta fix all your problems. Follow the law, y'all. Follow the law. Stay away from all these fast talking, slick talking job turkeys out here, y'all. And there's a lot of them.
You call them, Kamar took it back to the mid-70s. You don't call them job turkeys.
Well, I was thinking about my dad, so it's all running together. He used to say, "You job turkey."
Listen, man, it's sad, but people do it all the time. They're chasing returns.
Right, they're chasing refunds.
Speaking, you shouldn't even really be getting in the return. Like you should be getting your chicken during the course of the year, but
Well, either way you go, right? But the thing is, I don't care about a refund. People hate when I say that. I care about a return being done lawfully and correctly.
I don't care about a refund. I care about owing them folks. that's what I just don't want to owe you. We can come close to zero. Just don't let me. I ain't trying to be walking around with that over my head.
Yeah. No, I get it. Because nobody wants to build the end of the year. But here's the crazy part. Going back to Meek, right? We're talking about Meek. IRS made me pay $2.8 million from 2013, and I only made $2 million. So it's 2024, and now we're just dealing with this issue. We don't know what he made in 2013, and now we're in 2024, 2025. So is that our interest and penalty? Did somebody not report them properly?
That's true, because we talk about damn near 12 years ago. Like,
right.
Nobody caught that in 12 years. That's what I'm saying. Like, damn, what's going on?
He's trolling, man. He's trolling. He got to be trolling, dog. Like,
no, but I mean, this does happen. Listen, I got another story for y'all. Many times I'll get power of attorney for my clients that I do full service and advisory work on. This one particular client didn't want to pay me. So I got a sizable retainer. And then she was like, well, what are you doing? I showed her what I'm doing. I got several years of books I need to clean up. And she thought I was going to be able to do that big lickety split. I'm like, yo, that's not how it works. It takes time to go through these things. Then I showed her the proof that I was working on it. She still didn't pay me. So I withdrew my power of attorney and all that. However, it didn't go through right. So the IRS calls me up today. And they're like, are you power of attorney for such and such and such and such? She has not paid her back taxes because she got audited previously before I met her. And guess what? She didn't pay her previous account because they stopped working with her.
Oh, wow.
Well, that's my theory. So there is, and so I'm going to let out some inside baseball. There's a saying here about clients.
Mm-hmm.
All clients are liars. Whether it's intentional or intentional. They just say things that benefits them and their story. And I have not found that to be wrong.
Oh, I'm one of your clients. What you trying to say, bro?
Are you listening? Do you have tax problems?
No.
Okay. So
not to my knowledge, unless you want to tell me something I don't know.
No. So like I said, all right, let me make it even better because this is, like I said, it's inside baseball. We don't trust nobody. That's why you got to verify everything. Is that better for you?
Don't trust, verify. I like
correct. That. Is that better? Yeah. All right. So when we go back and we look at these things, we know that anytime clients run into problems, they will throw the account under the bus. Full stop. Even if it's their fault. A lot of times they don't even realize it's their fault, but they still will throw us under the bus. It's just a part of doing business. And so it's wild. But again, Meek is saying that he had to pay $2.8 million from 2013. And y'all see the date of this, right? I left the timestamp on it for a reason. 2024. February 2024, 2025.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking 13 years. So does he have 13 years of interest and penalty on there?
That's a lot of yeah.
And you can't tell me he was not getting IRS notices in between.
I mean, how many people within the hip hop community like have you seen get into trouble with taxes? Not because of it's also because of their fault because the buck has to stop with them, but because they hired someone who wasn't doing what they were supposed to do. Like, you ever read about the Fat Joe story?
Fat Joe. I mean, there's a lot of people. There's a lot of people,
but his story was like nasty work. Like his was really nasty work.
I mean, Steve Harvey has a similar story.
Yes, he does.
Lauren Hill.
Steve Harvey's might be worse than Fat Joe's too, though.
They are bad. I think Wesley Snipes' story is probably the worst.
Well, Wesley Snipes thought he was, a Moorish American that didn't have to pay taxes.
And therein lies the problem. And Marquis is in the chat. She be fighting with them folks all the time.
He thought he was self-sovereign, so he ain't had to worry about all that.
Right, because all the quote-unquote sovereign people say, File that 1099-A. What is it? A, B, or C, whichever one it is.
I don't listen, man. I don't.
Rocky, you know, she be going to battle with all of them.
I can't mess with none of them. No good scavenger, catfish, vultures. I just ignore all of them.
Yeah. But listen, anytime you get around $1 million, it seems like, and this is just rough math, me going through it, that's when they go after black folks.
That's why Corey being quiet.
Corey got $1 million. $1 million in tax problems. Actually, that's not hard to do. It's easier than you might say. But listen, Jimmy, the reason why I say taxes aren't that difficult is because what do you always say? Everything is a math equation, right?
Everything is a math equation. But I wasn't saying taxes themselves are difficult. I said that it's too complicated. We've made our tax situation too. Listen, man.
Are you being semantical now?
I'm not being semantical. Rest in peace, Herman Cain. It's the reason why his 999 resonated with so many people. Because, like I'm telling you, when you look at the tax code, and I've looked at the book, it's like, yo, what are we doing here? Like, and I understand this is what happens when you get a bunch of attorneys in a room. But it's really ridiculous, yo.
So how many pages do you think the tax code is, Jimmy?
Off the top of my head, I have no clue. How many pages is it? I mean,
people exaggerate and lie about this. So part of the reason people will say there's 70,000 pages in the tax code, false. There's about 3,700 pages of tax pages, which is still a lot.
I mean, I just Googled it, and according to the IRS tax code is 6,871 pages.
Right. But what happens is a lot of that code is still old code, and it hasn't been retired. So that's part of the problem.
It says the rumor starts because there is another section, which is the U.S. Treasury's interpretation of the tax code.
Right.
And if you add those together, it gets to be 75,000 pages.
And so that's the IRS. So the U.S. Treasury controls the IRS.
Okay, so there's the tax code, then their interpretation of the tax code, which is 75,000 pages.
Yeah, but that's two different things.
Now I want to know, how many pages is War and Peace?
Right. But again, just for your average everyday American, 95% of Americans, you need to know what your income is. Understand that income on assets is always going to be more favorable than income on labor. That's number two. Understand what your deductions are. Go ahead.
All right, by the way, so War and Peace, which is considered like,
he's still on that. Go ahead.
No, I'm just looking at it. It's about close to 1,500 pages. So, I mean.
Yeah. How long is Atlas Shrugged?
That Atlas Shrugged wasn't as long as War and Peace. At least the version.
It's not?
Nah.
Okay.
War and Peace is. I don't think War and Peace is longer than A Tale of Two Cities. A Tale of Two Cities is the largest book that I ever read at the time.
So Atlas Shrugged is about 1,100. So it's not short.
A Tale of Two Cities got way more pages than that. A Tale of Two Cities is like 1,800 pages.
No, I don't think it's that long. I read that thing when I was a youngin.
Go Google it.
No, A Tale of Two Cities ain't even close. A Tale of Two Cities, the longest one is like 500 pages.
Yeah.
It's not. No, they ain't messing with War and Peace.
Now you got me thinking about my dad again. I never forget. I went to Virginia for vacation one summer. I think I was like 10. My dad was like, "You gotta read more. You gotta read Tale of Two Cities." I'm like, "It's vacation." So what? Read this book, write a report.
We got a good question in the chat from Dreaming of a Better Day.
Okay.
I want to see what your opinion is. This like Dreaming of a Better Day asked a question. I'm gonna put it up on the screen.
Go ahead.
I don't mean to skip one in the chat, but I thought this was I thought this was an interesting question. I want to see what you think about it.
What do you think about flat tax? Go ahead, Jim.
No, I was just reading it for you. What do you think about a flat tax? Because I'm not sure about it.
I think a flat tax is great. It'll probably never happen or won't happen in our lifetime, but I think it's great. That would make things a lot simpler. It would unemploy a lot of elected officials because all of them won't be needed. It would bankrupt a lot of quote unquote tax preparation companies. I mean, because when you think about it, right, just flat tax, that's one thing. That's one way to simplify the tax code. There's so many other developed countries around the world that will figure out what tax is, will send it to the citizens, and then they will pay it or not pay it. But it's already done. So there is a way to simplify this thing.
I've always thought about that. But that's why I said the Herman Cain. What was his 9% sales tax, 9% income tax, 9% whatever other tax? He said this flat 999. But I think to your point though about like you're going to pay it or you're not. Like I always thought about the fact that we have to pay to get our taxes prepared, right?
You don't.
No, but hear me out. I know you don't. Well, I heard that the funding for the free tax prepared joint is kind of like dried up now with your new president. But what I was thinking about is you prepare your taxes and you send them in, and if they think that something's fishy or whatever, because they already know what you're supposed to be paying anyway, then they come after you. It's like, but if you already know, why not just send me that bill?
So they only know part of it. So taxes is like an honor code kind of thing, right? And so when you have a W-2, if you got 1099, I know everybody up in arms about 1099K, the government does know all that information. However, if you have a business, especially a cash business, the government does not know about that.
Okay.
But, you know, the majority of people work 9 to 5 jobs. So the majority of people could just get their taxes filed by the IRS. They can formalize everything, send it out, make it a lot simpler. Now, I'll be honest, that's actually not in my interest, right? Because I make my bread and butter off of taxes, tax strategy, things like that. However, it's hard for me to separate good logic and bullshit. And so there's a lot of bullshit in taxes. You brought up free file.
Mm-hmm.
When you go back and you look up free file, let's say a couple of years ago, look up the lawsuits that were charged to major big box tax preparation spots that have, you know, hyphenated numbers or letters. They all got sued big time. And they used it fraudulently. It was so out of pocket that they did it for free and then charged people for their states. Or they did it for free. If you didn't do it within a certain time, they would delete access to your account, then you got to pay. Like there was a whole lot of shenanigans, but
they was running the play. Is all they was doing.
They were running the play.
It's like when I give you a book for free and then I charge you extra for shipping.
Correct. But listen, I can't be mad at that, right? You know, you got to get the book some kind of way, right?
Run the play. No, man, taxes are just an interesting thing to me because that's why I thought that was a good question because I do think that we've just gone too far. Like a flat tax. Here's the thing about tax, right? And this is probably a deeper conversation. We could do another show, Kamar. But I don't think that most people, when I talk to people, even understand what they get for their tax money. And I think that the powers that be do a terrible job of explaining where your tax money goes. Like I was looking today at Berkshire Hathaway just cut a crazy bill. They cut a crazy check for the government. And like Warren Buffett had put out a thing like, you know, make sure you use it well. That it should go to this person or that person. You know, he wrote a whole, you know, trying to be playing a Warren Buffett role to, you know, the nice granddad. I'm gonna write a nice little letter to go with this tax payment. But most people have no idea where the actual money goes. And when you think about the founding of this country, and we often talk about that, you know, it was over having to pay a tax, but it wasn't the amount in taxes because it was relatively low. It was taxation without representation.
Correct.
And that's where a lot of people feel like they have now is taxation without representation.
But that's not true. We do have representation.
I'm just telling you how people feel. I'm not saying it's true. I'm saying
how they feel and what really is
it's a disconnect there. But part of the reason the disconnect there is because it's not really communicated well. I think that the government should actually communicate well where the money is going.
I mean, so listen. I think, yes, is there room for improvement with the government? Yes. However, I think motherfuckers need to read more too. I think they need to comprehend.
I will never disagree with that.
I think they need to comprehend more too. And so that's part of the problem. And, you know, Jimmy has a saying, most people are lazy. Mm-hmm. What's the other one?
Include myself. But
there's another one. You say most people are lazy. Oh, most people are lazy and most people are selfish.
No, most people are selfish, yes.
But people don't. So people are about to find out where their tax dollars go. When you see all these federal job cuts, they're going to cut 60% of EPA. What does EPA do? It's a government authority. They protect the environment. It's the Environment Protection Authority, or the A might be wrong. But
Agency.
agency, thank you, Corey. Corey comes awake.
I was never asleep, but
I
you
know
know,
you're not
again, I owe them folks money, so I'm not going to talk too much.
Okay, well, we can figure that out, Corey. You know I got your back.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, you know, I didn't work for a year, so I didn't have taxes to do.
But the EPA just got 60% cut. All right, what's going to happen to a lot of rivers?
So you know what's funny?
A lot of dump sites.
No, this is going to be very interesting because first of all, a lot of the cuts they're making is not even going to put that much of a big of a dent.
Nothing at all.
You know, that's why they're selling them gold cards right now. But I think one of the things that's interesting that a lot of people aren't thinking about is because, again, I read what the people are saying. And what I mean by people is I be on Twitter seeing what the masses think. And they're like, well, now people are going to have to go to private companies to get jobs, right?
Correct.
But one of the things I find interesting is like, you know, talking to people that I know, most people that have lost their job already work for private companies. But another thing that I don't think most people realize is how many private companies have government contracts, because a lot of that funding dried up and people got laid off. I don't think that people understand that. And it's something that you said a long time ago, and I never forgot it because I think it's true, is that most wealth is made via the government.
Not all of it.
Yeah, but I think that most people don't realize that how many companies have government contracts and the amount of money that is made in the private sector via government contracts. So when we talk about these layoffs, it's going to be a lot worse than just federal employees losing their job. It's going to be a lot of people losing their jobs that work in private industry.
Correct. But I mean, again, you're going to see what your taxes go for, because nobody really cares about when the fireman comes out or the firewoman comes out and puts out the fire next door. By the way, first firehouse started in Philadelphia, right? But they used to charge for that. Who pays for it now? Taxes. Same thing for libraries. Started in Philadelphia. It wasn't always available to everybody. So this, what I'm seeing in my mind is this is going to be a greater way for the richer to get richer and the poor to get poorer. And it's going to look like Book of Eli type poor. The way it's going.
But you know what though, and again, you know, the way politics runs, it ebbs and flows. You know, this party, that party. But if we're being honest, and you historically look at this, that's what happens all the time. But there has to be a breaking point, right? Like when do people start taking the streets and go crazy? At some point, there has to be a breaking point, right?
I mean, look at the French Revolution when they cut the king's head off. They got pissed off. They got pissed off at the aristocracy. They said, "You fat fucks, let us starve while you're away."
Yeah.
By the way, that was a Frank Wright reference. I don't think Jimmy got it.
I did.
You guys got rich while I was away.
I did hear it.
But I think taxes are wild, but for income tax, can't talk about sales tax, real estate tax. There's so many taxes. You can control your income tax. You can control where your income comes from. You might not be able to do it immediately, but you can make a strategy to say, you know what? Because we talk about this all the time. I'm going to start dollar cost averaging into Bitcoin, into the stocks, into real estate, into businesses. All those get more favorable tax treatment than
dollar cost averaging is such a code. And I've gotten into debates. I got into debates with a lot of like your favorite influencers, because a lot of them believe that they can time the market, but then the other ones believe that they can average down and do all these other like fancy things, right?
And I know you said your favorite thing, the data doesn't support that.
It's not just that the data doesn't support it. It's just that I believe in simplicity. And the great thing about dollar cost averaging is it just like removes a lot of the thought and a lot of that stuff out of it. These are the things I want to acquire. I'm going to acquire X amount per week, bi-weekly, monthly, whatever it may be. And then I'm going to go out and figure out ways to acquire more. Like it just simplifies things and it just works. Got a lot of great comments in there. Another good question. I'm gonna pull this question up. We can go back and catch up on all of them, but let me ask this one question.
Let it rip.
All right, this question is from Thunder. Shout to Thunder, by the way. He wants to know, how do you even know what tax bracket you're in?
That's easy. I mean, it's public knowledge. We can run through it right now, actually. The one thing a lot of people get wrong about tax brackets is they'll think because the top tax bracket it's either 37 or 35. They'll hear a tax bracket and they think all their money is taxed at that. But what happens is the tax brackets it's like a ladder system.
Mhm.
Everybody starts at zero. But let me find an illustration of tax brackets real quick. But it's not that hard, y'all. It's really not that hard. But I will say that the tax brackets are also dependent upon your filing status. So that's another thing that's really, really important to understand and know as well. And jointly tends to have your better advantages. Married filing separately if you're married and you don't want to combine your stuff with your spouse tends to be a little punitive and it penalizes you a lot. Let's see here. What's so funny?
I'm laughing at John Doe talking about you in the chat, but I digress.
Oh, what'd he say? What'd he say? I'm sure he's
going
slandering me.
Yeah, he going all the way in.
Okay, let's have it. Let's get at it.
Called you Barry White voice ass, baritone voice ass, raspy voice ass.
Okay, I'm here for that. I'm wondering if we can get the one I ain't never heard before, but okay. No Tone Loc, no Tone Loc, no Wild Thing, no Funky Gold Medina.
Yo, so I wanted you to talk about that for a second because I've always heard that, but no one has ever really been able to articulate why. And that's the thought that when you file married, there are better advantages for people who are married in terms of the tax code, right? So we always talk about how the tax code tells you what the government wants you to do, right? In terms of being business, employ people, even going as far as like, digging for oil, there's like certain breaks you get for that. And in terms of the advantages it gives you for being married. So the question I have is, what are the advantages within the tax code or tax-wise when you file married or being married?
All right, so hold that thought. Let me just run through the brackets real quick.
You got it.
So that was Thunder, I believe, that asked that, right?
Yes, it was Thunder, yes.
All right, so Thunder, tax code starts at 0. They have 10 here, right? But 11, if you're filing single, if you make less than 11,600, your tax rate is 0.
That's me. I'm at
Okay,
10.
listen, that's the way to go. You like money making bitch. You broke, baby.
I'm broke, baby.
All right, but if you're married and you make less than $23,200, your tax rate is also 0. Now, once you go above that, you then pay 10%. Now, you pay 10% on that money. The next step, think of this as like steps going into a house. The next ladder, you go up. Once you pay or make $23,200, you pay 12% on that sliver. Then, and I'm looking at the married side of the pyramid.
Mm-hmm.
Then, once you make 24,000, so let me back up. So between 23,200 and 94,300, you're only paying 12% on that money. Now, the first 10,000, the first 23,000, you're paying money 10% on. So every rate you go up, you pay a little bit more. You pay a little bit more. And so what you have to do, though, because I think Thunder really wants to get to the meat of it, what you really have to figure out is what your effective tax rate. This is what's called your marginal tax rate. All right, but your effective tax rate will take into account all the deductions and everything you got as well. This does not do that. So let's just say you make 100,000 and you're married, and your standard deduction, and that's the money, that's the amount you're allowed to reduce your income, is I want to say 29,000 this year or something like that. Somebody fact check me on that. So then you made 100,000, you reduce 29,000 off the top. So how much money is that? You're a little bit right. Say go ahead, Jimmy.
I was just saying 71,000. You said 100
Right.
minus 29, 71,000.
Right. So you're only paying taxes on $79,000 or $71,000.
So your rate would be wherever the 71 falls, or would your rate be where you started at?
The rate was where you started at.
Okay, so you pay a rate.
No, I'm sorry. The rate will be where you fall.
Okay. So for you, right? So because it says married, right? So you're a married man, you make a little over 731. So for you, your rate will be 37%. So even if after expenses, your 731 dropped all the way to like 5 something.
Listen, I'm going to take all this slander and I'm going to use it to the good, put it out in the universe. I need the good vibrations. I need to make 731. It don't make it. Listen, it ain't fun being poor. I can't help nobody being poor. I'm sorry. So let's get that 731.
After you help the poor, if you wanted them.
I mean, that's true, but I don't. No. I want to talk about that. You can help the poor if you're one of them. No, I actually do hate that. Just showing love.
Well, the wildest thing was, I was on Walnut Street today, right? And I'm coming out of the Wawa, and there's a homeless guy out there. Shout out to him. And he was snapping because he was like, I don't know why this young boy keep calling my phone. Yo, homeless boy in front of Wawa had 2 cell phones, bro. I'm like,
he got a phone.
I don't want to listen. I'm not judging nobody.
He got a phone for the plug.
Somebody kept calling him and he was snapping. I was like, yo, why is the homeless boy got 2 phones though? But
shout out to Kevin Gates.
I got 2 phones. All right, listen. The question I have though, getting back to your chart. So you get your tax rate based on your gross. Is that, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm not a tax guy, you know what I'm saying? But you get your rate based on the number, but then you pay based on once you bring that down to your
right.
Is that what
all
it is?
Your deductions? If you've got kids, you might have child tax credit. You might have kids in college, or you might be in college. Once you factor that in,
so you factor that in and bring your number down, but you still pay based on that rate that's up there from where you start.
No. So then that's what I was saying. Effective rate versus marginal rate are 2 different things. So this right here that's on the screen is what's called the marginal rate.
Gotcha.
When you factor in every credit, let's say Jimmy's going to buy an EV this year, top of the line. Well, there's a tax credit for that, right? Jimmy's going to get all new doors, all new windows, a new roof. There is an energy tax credit for that if you make a certain amount of money or relieve a certain amount of money. But that will all bring your tax rate down. Jimmy,
so if I make 731 as a married person, right? But I got stuff that brings me all the way down to the bottom, I'm going to pay 10%.
Correct. That's why Warren Buffett talks the way he talks. Right. But a large majority of Warren Buffett's money comes from assets like dividends.
Yeah, I understand. Those are treated different. I totally get that.
Right. No, but I wanted to say not for you, for the audience.
All right, man. So what we need from you, Kamari, is a tax 101 class. That's what we need, right? Because I learned something this evening just listening to you talk about this, right? And I kind of already understood like the effective tax rate, but I mean, this shows there are certain things that we all should be doing. It's one of those things, right? Back in the day, everybody used to say, you got to get you a network marketing business so you can write off your life. That was before the G-Wagon. That was the talk before the G-Wagon, by the way. I'm telling you what was in the streets.
It's still in the streets.
I didn't know there was. I thought the G-Wagon took the place of that.
It did, but it didn't. They still talking that.
So hold up. You can get you a network marketing business and get you a G-Wagon? You ain't paying no tax, right?
I mean, you could. And listen, there are some people making money in network marketing. Just not most.
No, I don't. Listen, I don't slander network marketing. I'm not in network marketing. I don't do any network marketing. But I don't slander it. The reason I don't slander it is because I think that a lot of people, that's their foothold into learning about a lot of things in terms of self-improvement.
Correct. I would agree with that.
I've seen people go through network marketing and they're like, they don't end up making money in network marketing, if I'm being honest. But it kind of changes them. It changes their brain. So
it changed their mindset. Absolutely. Yeah. So it can be a good thing. It could be a good thing.
But I remember that was like the wave in the hood, though. Like, you got to get one of these so you ain't got to pay tax, You
got to get one of these. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I mean, but that runs through almost every hood. When you hear people talking about the IULs, they're like, yo, you got to get these IULs, save money on taxes. Because what happens with life insurance, cash value life insurance, you can put money in there. You can do what's called overfunding a contract. The money grows tax-free. You can pull the money out tax-free if you do it right. Right? So there's all kinds of ways to do it. Doctors made that popular. And then the IRS cracked down on it, so they made some changes to it.
That's the thing is, there's a cat and mouse game. I remember when I first got into real estate a long time ago. I'm old, y'all, and I would have doctors like come to me looking for properties that was losing money, and I would say, "You want to what?" They were changed that too. Yeah, so the IRS caught up to that too. But they would literally come to me like, yo, I want you to find me a property. I'm like, cool, I could do that. That's losing money. And I'm like, what? It didn't, but they were running a play. But the
But they
IRS
don't
caught up.
realize, right? So what Jimmy's talking about is doctors would get into real estate. They would buy it because they're trying to find what's called "quote unquote" tax shelters. It's really ass backwards, but people think about taxes in weird ways. But their thought was, all right, let's say I'm making $500,000 a year. I can find a property I'm losing $100,000 on. I can write off that whole $100,000. Now I'm only taxed on $400,000. IRS got wind of that.
So
They
Kamar,
said, okay.
you are EA, you're a tax professional, right? Which is why it's interesting having this conversation with you. But the one thing I'll say about your profession or your industry is as much as we talk about people understand, you guys do a piss poor job of getting information. Not you personally, but and then if I'm going online and I'm looking up information about taxes as an average individual, there's so much bad information out there. That's the other problem too, right? Because it's content every day. I'll be on TikTok and I see some tax advice. Like I sent you something. I don't know if you saw it. I saw something the other day. Matter of fact, I'm gonna send it to you now, but I want to get your opinion on this. I don't think you saw it because you never said anything to me about it.
Put it on screen. Put it on screen. Let's go.
All right. Well, I got it on my phone, so it's going to find its way on the screen. But my point is, there might be more bad information than good information. It's kind of is the point.
There's absolutely more bad information than there good information. That's part of the reason why I encourage all my tax friends to make content, even though it's kind of what's the word I'm looking for here? If you're spending all this time making content, when do you have time to study? When do you have time to work?
Listen.
It's rough. I got a homie, one of my best friends right now, sends me tax clips all the time. I got another homegirl who's a good friend of mine, who is not a client, who sends me tax stuff. There's a black guy who's super popular. He makes really popular tax content that's super duper trash, but everybody loves it. Here's my problem. People don't want the truth. People want a fantasy. People are lazy, like Jimmy said. People are selfish. People are automatically hate taxes. And for the record, the government does a piss poor job in managing the way they do taxes. However, they do better than human beings can handle the process themselves. If you left it up to human beings to manage public school by themselves, they wouldn't do it.
Listen,
they would trick the money off.
Here's what I tell you. The honorable Lauryn Hill once said that fantasy is what we want, but reality is what we need. So, fact of the matter is people want the fantasy all they want, but reality is what they need.
I don't know, man. I mean, you can say that, but going to the Matrix at that prophet for Morpheus, people don't want reality. They might need it, but they don't want it.
That's not what the honorable Lauryn Hill said. I know. But reality is what they need.
But so there's a saying in sales, right? Sell them what they want and then give them what they need. Because here's the thing. Nobody wants what they need. So then you have to do all these antics to sell people stuff to get them to come in for the wrong thing. But it is what it is. You got the clip up, Jimmy?
I'm pulling this. I got a picture of this clip because I screenshot the one part of this clip that was on TikTok, and I'm gonna sit there like, yeah, I gotta send this to Kamari because matter of fact, if you have it, I put it in the Google Drive. You can see it. It's the last thing I put up there. I'm trying to open it up, but it's not, behaving.
It's not
but
behaving.
Anyway, all right, let's see. Open. Here we go. But yeah, man. So I definitely got to get your opinion on that, man. But let me get to some of these comments. Go to the Google Drive, look at the last picture I just put up there, and you can pull it up and you can comment. Let me come back to get some of these comments. Man, we got a lot of comments. We get back to this. Let me go all the way back and get to some of these comments.
Now, while Jimmy's getting all the comments, do us a favor. Like, comment, share this out. Share this with a friend. Don't make us a secret, y'all. We're trying to help the community get better money advice by having a little bit of fun with it, y'all. So share us out. All
right, here we go. So we can go back to my kids. Jive turkey is crazy. Right. Yeah, that's why I don't want to owe. Nobody wants to owe.
Right.
What if he did make that with his record label? Yeah. So no, we're not saying that he didn't make it, but the fact that he's on Twitter asking for their advice is kind of crazy. So Thunder says, has anyone else seen GE Vernova stock? Because GE did do that separate parts of the company. GE Aerospace. I haven't seen it. I haven't though. And by the way, Thunder also said that he walked in on mattress talk.
I mean, that might be wild if you didn't get the context. I was talking about my problems with a landlord.
So Marquis says, amen. All clients are liars. And Anthony says, that's how I became a tax preparer. I let some random cat do his taxes, and I owed approximately $6,000 a year after. I said, F that, never again. Man,
Anthony,
I can imagine how your heart fell to your ankles when you get a letter in the mail say, yo, you owe us $6,000.
Anthony, I didn't know you was in a society, brother. Shout out to you.
You part of the society. Like, what y'all got going on in the tax world? Like, you know,
Right. Listen,
that's a magical
All
Negro.
they ask is trust, man.
He got to be trolling because the IRS debt fall off after 10 years. Uh-oh. I don't know. Is that true?
That is absolutely true. However, there are some caveats to that.
Okay.
This is why it's important to file your taxes every year, y'all, because that debt does not fall off until it's recognized, until you file your taxes. So it doesn't fall off until you're assessed. For example, let's say Meek made that $2 million in 2013. All right, he never filed his taxes. The clock does not start on that debt falling off until he files. So let's say he never filed. He filed this year. Well, that starts in 2025. The clock. So then you got to go to 2035. If that makes sense.
That's like when you admit to when someone call you about some credit card debt and you admit to it. I'm just saying, like, you know. Anyway, Dreaming of a Better Day says, I don't know about tax problem. I just filed a 1040 EZ, but my tax problems are what the effing Congress allocates my taxes for. That's a tax problem too.
Yeah, but you know what? Part of the thing, and I will agree with that, but we don't hold Congress accountable. We should be on Congress's phone like crazy.
I was talking to somebody. Shout out to my brother Kerry. He was talking the other day, like, what do I think is going to happen in midterms based upon everything that's going on?
Shout out to Kerry.
Like, what do I think is going to happen in midterms? And I'm like, I don't know. Like, we'll see. Because, like, you know, everybody thinks, like, we're going to hold them accountable, but are we really?
Well, that's what happened in 2020. But people have short-term memories.
Yeah, that Fat Joe story was crazy.
Yep, yes, it was. Yes, it was.
They locked Fat Joe up for less. They do him right in the slammer. They like Beetlejuice. Say sovereign citizens 3 times when they pop up in the comments. Oh, Fat Joe.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
I think it's rich folks without CPAs. Yeah. All right, so he says 6871. Yeah, so this is the all right, we're gonna pull it up in a second. Let me catch up with these comments and I'm gonna get your comment on that, man.
What?
I already asked about that. You saw the picture. I'm going to shut up. I got some podcasters mad at me for my rambling. Now, you good here. How many pages in the Bible? Which Bible you talking about? You talking about, you know, the King James Version, the Book of Eli? You know what I'm saying? Or what some people call their Bible, which is this right here, this masterpiece called Own Your Time and Space.
Why don't we talk about the real Bible?
I mean, some people call this the real Bible. I'm just saying, like, I don't know what Bible you're talking about, but in terms of this Bible right here, we got close to about 150 pages in this joint. You know what I'm saying? Own Your Time and Space, which you can find at ownyourtimeandspace.com, by the way. But I digress. All right, let's get back to the comments.
Listen, I know what they're saying in the streets about Own Your Time and Space. I'm not challenging. It's the Hood's Bible. But I'm talking about the Ethiopian Bible.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Them 88 books.
You know what I mean? Shout out to the Honorable Haile Selassie. All right, if you get that type of money, that's when you do the Frank Lucas or the real Rick Ross and keep it low key.
What? Rat on everybody?
Bring it up the back on command and wear only penny loafers. I mean, you know, both of those gentlemen had to go sit down with the government. So I make my kids do book reports, as you should. Y'all must have had immigrant parents. My son's father is Jamaican, and he stays on him about reading. Hey, listen, I actually didn't have immigrant parents. I've always been a bibliophile. Like I love books.
Like my
It started. Shout out to my fifth grade teacher. That's where it started. It was a teacher, Dr. Cooper, and Dr. Cooper was the first person to teach me about a lot of things, you know. But one of the things is that reading can be enjoyment, because up until that time, all the books were assigned books at school that I hated, and he actually showed me that, hey, you can, you know, read books about, you know, fantasy and street stuff and all kinds of stuff, and it was like, hold up, I ain't gotta read Shakespeare that I can't relate to. You know, anyway, I'm mailing mine. Speaking of taxes, it's hard to even find a paperwork anymore. So you can do a 1040 easy.
Yeah, really, nobody does it easy anymore. That's like super old school.
Hey, listen, man. Why do we as black men have to hide our wealth and success? I'm not saying stunt so hard they start handing down indictments, but enjoy the wealth. Is it even possible? I think that's a matter of perspective, right? So
yeah, I need some context on that.
I mean, you know, some people do too much flossing and too much Sam Rothstein, but so,
and that's what Cameron just basically said about Dane.
Because the thing is, like, how do you enjoy your wealth? I'm a poor man, so I really can't answer this question, but Kamari could. But what I will say is, if I had money, the way I would enjoy money is through travel. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, that's not necessarily flossing per se. I don't care about like luxury cars or I don't care about watches. I don't like that. That's just not my thing. But to each his own. I don't feel like you can't though, because there are a lot of people that floss.
Yeah, but I mean, again, it all depends on what you get enjoyment in. Can we talk about something real for a minute?
Let's go.
How do you know you actually enjoy what you say you enjoy? How do you know you really want the thing you think you want? Or was it those 5,000 ads that's been pumped into your brain daily for the last 20 years?
Good question.
You know, so for me, like, I'm simple. I'm still Jimmy's line right now. Give me a good steak, some scallops, some sauteed spinach, some sauteed mushrooms. I'm happy. I am happy. Now, Jimmy likes to call himself Young Ribeye.
Listen, man, give me a good ribeye. You know what I'm saying? You know, little first class trip. Yeah, listen. Everybody got their thing, right? That's why I don't knock people that like whatever they like. Like, if your thing is sneaks, that's your thing, because everybody got their thing. I got my thing.
But don't let your thing control you, though. That's the thing I think we don't really talk enough about. People let these things control them.
Yeah.
And we're not really focused on the real stuff. Why do black kids every time, I mean, not just black kids, but you notice the Black Wolf Rebels, all we care about is black issues. Why do black kids have to worry about having books? Every year there's a problem with the budget. You mean to tell me we can't figure that out amongst our community? Why are our kids not on reading level on a lot of things? We can't figure that out amongst our community. And this is not conservative talk. This is black talk. This is above politics, y'all. We should be able to fix our own problems. There's enough of us who are smart enough that want to work in the community and do things that we can fix all our shit.
I'm glad
most of it. Most of it.
Well, pound cake speech for a second, but
nah.
I'm glad you cleared that up. They don't need to change the tax prep structure. I need my chicken. He's saying you trying to put business.
Anthony out there got 1,000 returns he doing every year.
Marquia says they don't understand, and it's purposeful in terms of people not understanding where their tax money goes.
I would agree with that.
And Jimmy Babada says bad representation. Laziness is taught. Most children are very active. It's not about reading. It's about seeing, thinking, and feeling. Reading is part of it, too. How would you know what tax bracket you're in? We already answered that. Edvar, what's going on?
What up, Edvar?
John Doe starts saying, drink some water, big dog.
Right? All right. There we go.
So, righteousness, indignation. Shout out to righteous indignation. She always got the fire comments. My theory is our government runs off a feast and famine economic structure. Them spent liberally and Republicans spent conservatively. Run it up, pull it back. Hey, listen, I agree with you. That's what tends to happen.
That's not true.
I think everybody spends. Everybody spends. That's why.
Go see what Ronnie Reagan did. Go see. I mean, Ronnie Reagan ran up the budget like crazy.
But that's what she's saying. They all do. She's saying they all do.
She says them spent liberally.
I guess what I'm saying is everybody spent.
But let's break down the comment. Them spent liberally, and Republicans spent conservatively. They did not. And now what's happening with the parties is total craziness.
But I guess I wasn't speaking at that point. I'm speaking to the fact
Okay.
that everybody spends. That bottom line is
They do.
everybody spends. Everybody prints money and everybody spends. So, you know, and Anthony, by the way, says that if you're married filing separately, that means you married filing silly.
Because everything is doubled. Like if you want to put money into an IRA, they cut it in half. Your standard deduction is cut in half. There's a bunch of other penalties for married filing single. It's crazy.
I talk to my man, and I like saying that because I haven't thought of him like that in years.
I don't know what that means though.
He gave you a third thumbs up.
I'm gonna mind my business on that one.
Yeah, what's good? Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. What's up, Anthony? Speaking of Tone Loc, his best movie was Posse from the 90s. Did Tone Loc even have another movie outside of Posse? That's the only thing I remember.
I don't even remember Tone Loc in Posse.
Oh man, you got to go back and watch Posse.
By the way, they kind of remade Posse a little bit. His Pop and the son what's his name, Jimmy? What's the son's name?
Mario Van Peebles?
Mario Van Peebles made us kind of remake Posse with his Pop in it.
All right, here's a question. I'm gonna get to a couple of these questions, then we're gonna go to this. Y'all gotta see this picture, by the way. Y'all gotta see this tax advice that I saw on the internet, but give us a couple seconds.
Stop calling it advice. It was trash.
But it was advice though. So Thunder says, do you pay differently if the income is from rental properties or stock dividends?
Yes.
All right, here's the answer. So, hey, Dr. Seth, money.
Let me just say this real quick. With rental income, you have the power to write off your expenses. You don't have the same power with dividends. So that's what I meant. Is it different? But go ahead.
Little nuance. All right. Such a huge misunderstanding about tax brackets. Too many people turn down increases because of the misunderstandings. That's wow.
Yo, I just had this conversation. Somebody was like, I pay too much in taxes, so I don't want raises anymore. I said, you're bugging. But,
give me that chicken. We'll figure it out. She said, so Dreaming About Better Days talks about Warren Buffett said he plays the game, but sees the problem with the game. He don't stop playing though.
Yeah, why should he though? And neither should we.
I mean, I never forget that your current president told Hillary that in debate, which was kind of funny. He was like, I do what y'all allow me to do. You made the rules.
No, he lies though. He's a crook. He's a crook.
I'm not saying anything about it.
It's documented. It's fact. You're a data scientist.
I'm not arguing that. You're not going to try to make me out to be a pro-Trumper. I don't like anybody.
I'm not making you out to be pro-Trumper. I'm just saying that he lies. It's documented that he falsifies his taxes to do certain things. He is not the model.
He does lie. She lies too. She robbed Haiti. So it is what it is. All I'm saying is this.
She didn't lie on her taxes. Come on.
I don't know that either.
Stick to the facts that we know.
I don't know whether she did or not. I can't speak.
She didn't pay $750 in taxes.
I know what her and her people did to Haiti, but I digress.
There we go. Bloviating again, but go ahead.
I'm not bloviating. I don't like any of them. All three of them. Anyway, what is an EA, Kamari?
Enrolled agent. An enrolled agent is a credential from the IRS, aka the Department of Treasury. A lot of people don't know about the EA. They don't do the best job of branding and marketing. However, the term everybody knows about is CPA, Certified Public Accountant. That's the one that's older. Actually, it's not older. I got to correct that. EA has actually been around longer than CPA. CPA has done more brand work. It has gotten more attention from the likes of Wall Street, big banks, and whatnot. But what people don't realize is an EA is specific for tax. That credential is all about tax. A CPA is about accounting with a little bit about being about tax. I actually did a video a while ago with a CPA talking about this very thing because, the tax field has wars, so-called wars. Who's better, EA or CPA? They're all both good people on both sides.
Here you go. Where I come from, EA is Erie Avenue.
That we both come from that.
EA all day. All right. We as humans, cat and mouse game. Yeah, humans' life is different. This is true. I knew it is. Oh, he's okay. He's saying he knew what it was. He's seeing what people in the back. The new 2025 plan, start a YouTube channel and you can write off your laptop, sell a portion of rent, mortgage, food, jewelry, clothes, travel, and OnlyFans research subscriptions.
Only if it's ordinary and necessary per the IRS.
So folks are writing off OnlyFans subscriptions. That's I never heard that.
I mean, for research. Hey, Lorraine.
Hey, Lorraine.
Welcome.
It's like you speaking from experience, bro.
Yeah. Listen, when you go through people's books, you see all kinds of wild things. I've seen people write off Viagra, Cialis, and a lot of other subscriptions.
Hey, is it ordinary? Like, is it?
No, it's not.
Okay. A lot of bad information out there on taxes and personal finance. People eat up microwave stuff. That's why they gravitate to content done by fast talking charlatans. Ooh, say that again.
Is what racist?
I don't know. Let me see what the previous comment was. I don't think so. Study life, baby. Study yourself in relationship. I don't know. I can't answer that one.
Okay.
My heart is true to God. God bless. I get AARP volunteers due mine each year. They have always gotten me the most on my returns for free. I didn't know that was a thing.
So there's a thing called VITA. I mean, I'm not sure if AARP has volunteers, but there's a thing called VITA, the Volunteer Income Tax Assistance Program, which is funded by the IRS. If you make less than either $69,000 or $67,000, you can get your taxes prepared for free.
Okay.
And again, that's a benefit of a lot of people.
With all the cutbacks in IRS, is that going to suffer for that?
It might. But the IRS is not going away, yo. It's not. Still file your taxes.
Not yet.
Not yet. No, it's not going away anyway.
On a better basis, I dream of getting my community involved. Are taxes all the same for crypto, or is it different for every coin?
It's all the same for every coin.
There we go.
Crypto is an asset, so that's how they're looking at it.
Hey, thank you for that. That's a compliment coming from the plug.
I missed it. What was the plug?
Oh, the Bible. You know, if you missed it, I'm showing you again. Which is the greatest book, which some people compare. It's called Only the Since you missed it and asked the question,
I gotta write a book so I can say the same thing one day, man.
Hey, let's get it. Let's listen, man. Let's put the aprons on and hit the kitchen, man. I have my PTIN card in my wallet and working on elevating from freelance to getting my EFIN and set up my own service. I don't know what none of that is.
All right, so PTIN is Prepared Tax Identification Number. It's funny. You know what? There's a video I have on my phone I haven't released yet, but there's a problem with what's called ghost preparers. People will do your tax returns and they'll do them through like TurboTax. They won't sign their names on them. If you are getting paid to prepare taxes, by law, you should have a PTIN. Anthony has a PTIN. And he doesn't have an EFIN number or what's called an EFIN number, which is an electronic filing identification number. And that's where you can file your own taxes electronically on your own. Sounds like he's working with maybe a bigger accountant or something like that. I'm not saying Paul's either, Jimmy.
No, I'm just saying y'all sound like y'all speaking German to me right now. That's all I'm saying.
I don't know, man.
PTINs, EFINs.
Listen, I'm gonna say this right now. Since I talked about my dad this whole time, he's a tax accountant. He's the whole reason why I'm in this. However, and Anthony, I don't know if this applies to you or not. I need you to get your EA. Get your EA. There is a whole side of tax that most Black folks don't even know about. There are people literally out here making millions of dollars, or at least hundreds of thousands of dollars, off of tax, not tax preparation, but tax services, tax advisory, tax strategy, tax resolution.
Is that your way? Is that your way of like low key humble bragging right there? You humble bragging to us?
No, what I'm saying is there's an opportunity.
No, it is. I mean, but you are humble bragging though.
I am not. I didn't learn. No. But I didn't learn about this until I got older.
And you started doing it yourself. When you start making that kind of money, you was like, "Oh, hey, man, well, I got to make this kind of money."
I'm working on making that kind of money so I can buy a penthouse in the sky like Jimmy has.
One of us moved out the city and moved to the suburbs. But
one of us has a rooftop apartment, but
I don't have no apartment, bro.
Excuse me. He has a rooftop deck. Excuse me. Now say you don't have a rooftop deck, Jimmy.
I'm getting back to these comments. That's why
Oh.
I'm getting back to these comments, man. Give me something made with love. Probably gonna touch my belly. All right. Whoa. Parents think it's not their problem, unfortunately. Talking about the kids. The parents should have been left behind. We can fix this. Yeah. What else we got? One day I'll have my champagne wishes and caviar dreams in my Robin Leach voice.
Do you really like caviar though? No, you are doing your part.
You are doing your part. Not everybody spends. Yeah, I'm cool on that. Ronnie Reagan was a dope man, though, which explains his spending.
I mean, Iran-Contra. I cannot confirm nor deny.
Spending money on travel is a wonderful luxury, eye-opening, and one of the best educations you can invest in. Both Democrats and Republicans spend liberally. Democrats spend on programs for the people. Republicans spend and give tax breaks to businesses.
Now that's the better. Thank you. Thank you, Doc.
Trickle down. Yo, trickle down is the wildest thing ever because stuff don't trickle down. Like,
not at all.
You have a $1 million voice. Why aren't you doing voiceovers?
Well, so voiceovers isn't just about talking. It's also about acting. But you know what? I'm going to try it out. I'm going to give it a try.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody has told me that.
I never heard that one, Chumping Muskie. I never heard that one.
Did you see the boy in Congress calling the chief executive grifter? Oh, and they got hot about that. They got tight about that.
Such esoteric foolishness. Hashtag no raises. Yeah, I love it. Gotta go bring that back. That's one of the bars. Life is life. If you make it again, that's what it becomes. These are facts. All right, so can you forgive a lot of shit? But lying on your taxes, unforgivable.
Go back to that again. What did she say?
She said, Kamari can forgive a lot of shit, but lying on your taxes, that's unforgivable.
That's true.
We talk about people lying on taxes. Yeah. When I had my tax business, I thought about becoming an EA, but I didn't want to deal with all the crap.
It's not that bad, to be honest. It's not.
And Anthony, I'm glad you're able to take something from tonight's show. Anthony said that now he has to get the OnlyFans subscription for research purposes. He does have a YouTube channel. Follow Anthony's channel. I think he's going to add a new segment, a new playlist called OnlyFans Research. So
listen, check it out. Anthony already has a happy hour segment where he toasts to everything. So let me put together some toast and some OF research. Oh boy, his channel about to be wild.
I don't want to avoid taxes. I want my taxes to be productive to life, not enriching it. I get it. I need to learn how to create an account, how subscriptions work, to teach people who want to create an account. There you go. And look at videos.
Okay.
All right. So you said IRS Vita program. Got you.
Okay.
He said talking about taxes kind of funny. People listen. Taxes is interesting. You mean to tell me you can write off Viagra? That means Shannon Sharp is getting the big tax refund. Oh, doctor.
I wouldn't write off Viagra. I wouldn't touch that with a 10-foot pole. Pause.
No, don't believe Kamari. I'm broke, baby. Do you ever think we would get to a tariff country where there is no income tax?
No. That just shows he has absolutely no idea what economics actually is.
All right, let me share this. Let me share this real fast. I want y'all to see this. I saw this online the other day, so I screenshot a part of the video, sent it to Kamari.
No, read that. Go back, read that.
I will get it in terms of becoming an EA.
Yes, come on, let's get this bread, man.
Let's get it. All right, so here's the tax information that I saw online. I sent to Kamari. I'm still waiting for him to make a video about it. But this specific person wrote how to never worry about taxes again. I opened up a Turkish LLC, set up an employment agreement between the LLC and myself. I send all my U.S. revenue each month to Turkey. Then I pay myself as an employee up to $10K per month. $120K per year is tax-free since I'm employed by an offshore company. You get more tax breaks offshore than onshore. I don't even know if any of that's true. I have no. Listen, I'm not an EA. You know, I'm a CPE. That's my designation. But what I will say is, Kamari, can I do this?
Everybody know you cannot do this, Jimmy. I'm not visiting you in jail. All right. I'll send you a couple bucks for commissary, but not a whole lot. But listen, everybody should look at the term arm's length agreement, or also known as arm's length transaction.
Arm's length agreement, you said?
Yes.
Okay.
And so when he's talking about sending money to himself, that's not revenue. That's what's called capital contributions. One thing I think that would be really beneficial for all business owners and wealth go-getters is to take a couple classes in accounting. It would do wonders because what they're talking about right now is an accounting term, right? You want to create revenue. That's not revenue.
Yo,
He made it himself. Go ahead.
I was an accounting major for like half a semester, right?
No, you ain't got to be a major. Take a class or two.
Yeah, hear me out though, right? So my bachelor's degree is in business management. How I ended, I'm gonna tell you how I ended up with a management degree, right? So when I originally went away to college, I went away to Lincoln. My original major was political science.
LU.
And then I told the story about how I got into the school of business. But when I got into the school of business, right, my first thing was accounting. You know, the first two courses, right, are what is it?
101 and usually 102.
Yeah, right. So that was cool.
Intro, intermediate.
Yeah, then they got into the other stuff, and I was like,
contract counts and all the other shit.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, so this ain't gonna work. So then I switched to a finance major. So what happened was I got all these credits from all these various things, and then my advisor was like, you just switch to management and be out like next semester. I was like, oh, really? Because everything from the various business schools all transferred to the management degree. So that's how I knew a management degree. But anyway, I digress. But I say that to say accounting was cool for the the first two. Then y'all start going too far with it, dog. Like it just was no fun to me at all. But getting back to that comment,
I'm a finance major, by the way.
Okay. But getting back to this comment though, right? It's like this is some of the stuff that's on the internet, which is why I said what I said earlier. Yo, a Turkish LLC to set up an employment agreement. Like I sent it to Kamari because I'm like, I'm pretty sure there's some content here. I don't know what's true and what's not true, but that's the first I heard of a Turkish LLC. So, this is what's out here though.
I mean, did you see the other one where they say open up a QuickBooks account, deposit your paycheck into the QuickBooks account, and then go to the bank?
I ain't see that one.
So somebody said, so a young lady did this, and somebody said I shut down her account because I said, yo, that's fraud. And anytime you're messing around with fraud, with banking, FBI is involved automatically. We don't need that kind of problems. We do not. I didn't call the feds on her. Why you got to be extra about everything?
Because earlier you said I was with you, you know what I'm saying? So you calling the feds on folks.
Listen, no, that's just the way the system goes. Anytime we're talking about loans, anytime you're talking about loans, especially mortgage loans, if there's a default and you lied, it is fraud.
That's one of the funniest things I see on like Twitter is when someone says something wild or egregious and someone just goes into the comments and put at CIA, at FBI. Here they go. Like people really be atting them. Like some dude put out a video today, right, where he's rapping, right? He's standing in front of the microphone rapping, and there's a U-Haul truck behind him. And don't y'all go looking this up on X because I'm just going to describe it for y'all.
Too late.
So he's rapping. They open up the back of the U-Haul, and there are two adults in the back of the U-Haul having coitus. And then he just goes back to rapping. Right. And I guess this is what people do to go viral. People do anything to go viral. So he's just rapping, which has nothing to do with what's going on behind him. And they're just carrying on behind him while he's rapping. And it's very,
entertaining.
I'm not even calling it entertaining. It was drawing is what it was. But people was like, look, I'm tired. It's Black History Month. And since you posted this at FBI, at CIA. The funniest one is someone says CIA, we tap out. Y'all won. Like, just stop doing this to us. But anyway, let's see. Trump is giving out gold card instead of green card. Yeah, the numbers he played on that joint, like $5 million cash.
So $5 million cash times 10 million. How much is that? Is that the national debt? That's how much. That's how much it is going to get rid of it.
And you already know. But thank you, Dreaming of a Better Day. Thanks for the subscription. I gotta go listen to music. I felt like a part of the community. There you go. Like enjoy your music too. Why Turkey? So is it something about Turkey specifically, Kamari? Is there a reason they mentioned Turkey? Like, what's up with the Turkish laws?
Who knows? But I don't care about Turkish laws. I live in the United States. All money made for U.S. citizens made across the globe is taxable. Period. Full stop.
And it says bottom line is tax evasion. That's what it is.
Yeah.
That's tax evasion. Shout out to the folks in Turkey. Yo, I'm telling you, TikTok is full of some of the wildest stuff you'll see. I often sit back and think like, should it have been banned?
I say no.
I mean, probably not. I enjoy it though. Don't get me wrong. It's still one of my favorite places to be. Like, but at the end of the day, I see some in the finance space. And it's probably like that in every space, but that's the content I consume. So in the health space, it's probably like that. In the legal space, it's probably like that. In the education space, it's probably like that. I'm just not in those spaces. I spend my time in the finance part, the food part. You know what I'm saying? Kamari tried to tell me to go check up something called 304. I didn't know what he was talking about.
But then you went and you looked and you loved it.
No, you try to mess my algorithms up, bro. You mess my algorithms up. You know what I'm saying?
Listen,
you talking man. He be on the field.
Listen,
Yo, I already told him about his algos, man.
listen. Who talks about West Coast Productions every show?
I didn't bring it up this show. That's the first mention it got. But since you mentioned it, no. First of all, we don't bring
that.
That
is not the first mention it got because Kamari played the whole clip.
Yeah. But again, who played that clip?
But that was a relationship to you, sir.
No, but the thing is, though, I just say only point that I was making that is one of the most successful Black-owned businesses we've ever seen. But because of the space they operate in, they don't get their just due.
Okay, well, check this out real quick.
With your personal bank account, right? That money's going to transfer to your business checking.
Is somebody going to tell her? Please, somebody's going to tell me. They're going to tell this lady. Young sister, this is fraud. We don't need to get no more Black folks locked up. There's too many of us in jail already. But listen, I get it. You want to get business credit. You want to get funding for your business. But guess what? The good old-fashioned way still works. The old school way, Find a product or service you want to sell. Find somebody to sell it to. Collect the money. Then rinse, recycle, and repeat all over again. It's okay. It will be a little bit slower. But guess what? If you don't already have a product or service, getting more business funding is actually very dangerous. I see it happen a lot of times. People get money for the so-called business. They fuck the money up, and then they're in debt even more. So do it the right way. Plus, you're creating a tax bill for yourself, which you don't want. I think I need to stop cussing so much.
So that's what got the authorities on there and shut her page down?
No, I didn't get the authorities on her, but she did shut her page down. They made me feel a little bad about that. But
the old school way works: find a product or service and then sell it to somebody. Correct. I agree with you. But if that's the case, why do you hate on SW so much? Technically speaking, they're taking your advice.
There we go. Somebody had to bring up SWs.
No, I'm saying, Corey, aren't they doing what he said, dude? They're finding a product or service and they're selling it to somebody who wants it.
All right, I should have said a legal product or service outside of Nevada and a few other places in the United States.
Should it be legal, though, is the question.
I don't know. I don't play the shoulda, coulda, whatever game. It's a waste of time.
Okay.
That's what it is. Let's just get money. There's so many ways to get money, man.
They found one.
There's so many ways to make legal money, man.
Listen, man. So now you want to obey. You want to obey the laws created by.
It's only entertainment.
Listen,
no. Look who popped up. As soon as we bring up SW, look who popped right up in the comments.
Oh, we're Don. Is Don here?
Look, you didn't have to look. You knew the name before you even looked.
Don is all about that. Let's see.
Hey, Don, he's trying to paint the narrative when you done.
Don, he trying to paint the narrative. Shout out to the brother. Gotta give Don the horns. Gotta give Don the horns. Why I gotta pause and give Don the horns?
That sounded wild. Just sounded wild.
Oh,
like that sounded crazy.
I need you to get out of Homoville, man.
Whoa, doctor.
I mean, that's what pause is, though. I mean, is it not?
Nah.
Yes. All right.
You sound crazy right now.
God. All right. Did we get all the comments, man?
We are caught up in the comments. We had an excellent show. You know what I'm saying? For those that missed it, we talked about. I always like to do a recap of all the various things we talked about because this show will be going wild. We talked about Meek Mill taxes. Kamari did a whole tribute to Wesley, the actor Wesley, the great American actor Wesley.
Not Snipes.
Not Snipes, the other one. We talked about Kamari with mattresses in front of his business.
Yeah,
Turkish LLCs. What else?
By the way, this mattress is trauma, man. Don't make fun of my trauma.
We talked about Corey's tax problems. What else we talk about?
No, we're not talking about Corey's tax problems.
No, Corey's talking about Corey's tax problem. He said he was being quiet this show because he don't want no smoke from them folks.
And he shut up since. He's like, I know nothing, I hear nothing, I see nothing. He's like Schultz.
We convinced Ant to go get his EA. So
Listen.
Anthony, we're gonna check on you, bro. What's the process? So Kamari, tell brother Anthony, what is the process of him going to do that?
So you got to take about 3 tests. Listen, man, just hit me up and I'll walk you through the whole process. I'm trying to get all black tax preparers who are serious about this thing to take it to the next level.
How difficult is the test?
It's not difficult at all. I passed on mine the first time.
What's the most difficult test you've ever taken?
So there's 3 tests. There's one test about the law. So that's what's called CE. CE3 is about the law. Then there's CE1, which is about individual taxation. And then there's CE2, which is about partnerships and corporations. 2 is the hardest, especially when they want to know about basis.
Where do they teach you how to run the play?
Nowhere. We don't run plays.
Okay, got you. All right. What is the most difficult test you've ever taken?
Probably the Series 7.
Really?
I mean, I wouldn't say it was difficult, but it was. You got to have respect for that test.
I smoked the Series 7. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah,
But didn't you take your 23 too?
I had the 7, the 23, 26, the 6. I had a bunch of them.
So which one was the hardest?
None of those. The hardest test I've ever taken in my life was the LSAT because I felt like they was playing mind games with me, yo.
Okay.
That was a piece of work. That test was a piece of work.
Okay.
How about you, Cor? What's the hardest test you ever taken?
I don't know. Probably some random test in some random class I wasn't interested in. None of those state tests or like I took the practice without ever going to even going to grad school. I took the practice before I even went into my 4-year school.
See, that's the thing, yo. People don't understand that Corey is a low-key genius, yo. And I only know this because I went to school with Corey, yo. Corey, because Corey got I don't know how to describe Corey. Corey is a hood genius. You ever see one of them Jones with a dude's like from the hood and he's completely hood, but he's also smart? Corey's that guy. Corey would never come to class, but he would tutor the nerds.
Yeah, man. I helped a lot of people pass classes that I never went to.
Yeah, and I used to be like, this dude is smart as hell, but no one would know how smart he is because of, he's a hood dude. Like, but Corey,
I sat in the lunchroom all day and played dominoes to the point where they outlawed it.
Yeah.
You know what? I lied to y'all. The Series 7 was not the hardest test.
What was it?
That's I failed often, a couple times. Was
STD test?
Wow. Wow. Y'all see how this man
I'm messing with you, bro.
No, you don't come back from that, man. What's wrong with you, man?
The way you were describing it sounded like you was about to say something crazy. You was like, no, I thought about it. It wasn't that test. I'm like,
this boy out here saying I'm slinging dirty peen. Listen, shout out to the vision. Shout out to the vision. It's crazy. But my hardest test was life insurance. I had a hard time with that test.
Really?
I don't know why, because it wasn't difficult.
Listen, that was easier than the Series 7.
It was easier than all of them, but for some reason, I don't know.
Listen, the life insurance test was so easy. I got the license twice. I got it, let it go, and it said one day I went back and it's got it again. It was sweet. That was sweet, dog. Yeah, I don't know why it is because the 7 was definitely more hard than that. The 6 was more hard than that. Pause.
It's only entertainment.
Lord have mercy.
All right, so let me give them these questions. Thunder wants to know, Kamari, is it possible that was a homeless person who put that mattress there by the door because he was smelling rice and peas coming from under the door?
Lord have mercy. Listen, I'm about to go get some oxtails. Now you brought up rice and peas. Ooh. I love rice and peas.
Yo, I got the fire oxtail spot in Alamy, bro.
Whoa, fire oxtail spot in Alamy. Where? I need to know now.
Obviously it's a black-owned spot, but it's absolutely fire.
You're not talking about Ron's, are you?
No, it's right across from Ron's.
Really? Because Ron's used to be my spot. Okay. What is across from Ron?
I'm gonna get the name in a second. I'm looking it up because I was there. Like, yo,
I got it. I'm gonna try it.
You rated 1 through 10. I will tell you in a second, bro. It's called Shayna's Caribbean Cafe.
And it's fire. It's better than Ron's.
Oh, listen.
No Ron slander, by the way. I grew up on Ron.
Oxtail, bro. No, it's better. Yo, actually, I learned something that day too. I was talking to him because Ron's is Jamaican food. Shayna's is Caribbean food. So there's a little bit of difference in the food.
Well, you got the whole Caribbean diaspora.
Yeah, but listen, man, Shayna.
You might have some roti. Got you.
He said Corey been here before.
Some double. Yeah, Corey has definitely been here before.
A host said he was in school. Listen, yeah, he telling you, man. There are no oxes in Jamaica. That's why it's the Caribbean joint. That's why it's Shayna's Caribbean. It's Caribbean, not Jamaica. There are no oxes in Jamaica. That's hilarious. Yeah, but that was the lesson I learned that day. I am Jamaican, so loving the rice and peas and oxtail discussion.
Absolutely.
It's from
Cal. I love the jerk. I probably love stew more.
Whoa. All right, go ahead. I'm sorry.
The jerk, we get your
That's not what you said. That's not what you said, bro.
I love the jerk. I don't need the part. Listen, man. Just call me Danny Glover.
Do your thing.
Just call me Danny Glover, man. I'm too old for this shit.
Ignore me. Just ignore me, bro.
I tried to, man, but you're unignorable.
Just look up Shayna's Caribbean, bro. Matter of fact, I'm about to see it on DoorDash, dog. What time they close?
No. I'm going there tomorrow. I'll be at my office tomorrow. That will be lunch for tomorrow.
Yes. Look it up. Let me know how you like the oxtails, bro. Listen, bro. It's fire. Absolutely fire. Anyway, man, it's 10 o'clock. We've been there for a couple hours. We want to thank you guys. What's coming up? Oh, go join the village. We didn't tell nobody about the village all show. We're terrible. We are terrible. We've been having fun. But go to blackwealthrebels.com. Make sure you join the village. For those that are in the village, the newest episode of Stack Sats and Die Trying is already done. It's already back there. It hasn't even hit the airwaves yet, but it's already back there. What else did I want to say? What else? Red Cafe.
Friday
is our Bitcoin giveaway. Yes, Friday is our Bitcoin giveaway. Also, March 8th, our event. Go to phillycashmob.com. We have a live event March 8th. Also, there's a live event that I have for the youth. If you know anyone who's a high school age kid, man, there's an actual event we have on March 9th. You can go to my Facebook page. It's on facebook.com/JW the Blueprint. I just posted about it this evening. There's a link for them to sign up. That's March 9th. Any high school kid in the area, got an event for them. March 8th, come hang with us. phillycashmob.com. What else we got going on?
I mean, this is what it's all about right now. phillycashmob.com.
Yeah, phillycashmob.com.
Yep.
phillycashmob.com.
This is going to be fun.
Hey, March 12th, I'm Kamari's already done this because he's big time, but I'll be, going to speak to the barristers, on March 12th. That's then.
Okay, that's the 12th. All right, I got to pull up.
Yeah, pull up. I'm speaking to the barrister. Yeah, I'm going to talk my talk. Oh, also, what else? Oh, anybody in Ohio. I'm leaving Sunday to go out to Ohio. I'm speaking in Ohio. Whoa, doctor. Somebody, dog.
I don't know if they want you to come to Ohio. Youngstown, Cleveland.
I thought that was like Arsenio had the dog pound. That was a dog pound chant. But anyway, no, I'll be in Columbus this upcoming week. I'm saying? I'm speaking there on Tuesday. I'll be speaking in Ohio. I'm saying? I got some bars for them. I'm saying? Come right back Saturday to the event. So that's what's going on, man. But pull up Friday though. Pull up Friday so we can talk more. We're gonna do another Bitcoin giveaway and hit the like button like Edvard said, man. So this Friday Bitcoin, man.
Yeah, show us some love. Hit the like button.
You know what I'm saying? I just thought about that, man. Y'all gotta have class on Sunday without me, man. So one of y'all gotta do the teaching on Sunday, dog. Corey, you gotta step in and teach a class, bro.
What do you mean you're not gonna be there?
I'll be on a plane, dog. I'll be on a plane. You know what I'm saying? I'll be on the front of the plane, getting my nails done, eating, you know what I'm saying?
Stunt 101.
Get a little manicure, you know what I'm saying? A little Fiji water.
Remind me one day, everybody in the audience, to tell you what Jimmy calls people that don't sit in first class.
Yo, why you trying to play me, bro?
Am I lying, man?
Kamari's mad at me because we was catching a flight somewhere.
I can't afford that. I can't afford first class.
So Kamari laughs at me because I sit in first class and I pull out my phone and I get the responses of some of the folks that look at me crazy. But I digress, man. But listen, I told you that's where I spend my money. I told you that's my vice.
And that's how you know Jimmy has way more money than me.
Dog, I'm
Because he
poor.
always flies first class.
Nah.
Without a question.
I'm poor, baby.
All right, here's a question for you, Jimmy.
Yes, sir. Do you do the instant funding on Fold? Nah, I because it takes 1 day, right? So if I transfer from my bank account to Fold, it's literally there the next day. So, and I keep enough like sats on the Fold, so if I ever need something instantaneous, I can just get it. Plus, Fold has a new thing now where you can send sats from anywhere to your Fold card. And I say that to say that I don't even necessarily need to keep money on Fold that way. Another way to do it is because I keep everything in Bitcoin is to send it there if I need to spend. So, but I don't do the instant funding. No, I don't.
Okay.
That's that Bitcoin talk right there, man. Shout to Edvard, man. Shout to everybody who got the Fold card. The Fold credit card is about to drop soon too.
That's that big money talk right there.
Nah. We poor.
Yeah. All right, so Friday, Bitcoin.
Friday, yo. Pull up Friday, yo.
Okay.
Pull up Friday, y'all. Pull up Friday, 7 p.m.
How much did we give away last week?
Last week we gave away like 200. Like no, it was like about a bean. No, we gave away like 200 the week before and a bean last week. So we gonna keep the giveaways coming. You know what I'm saying? But I still have to say, pull up on Friday. Show us some love. Join the village. Go to blackwealthrebels.com. Check out all the stuff. Plus, if you're in the village, and the builder tier, we got 3 other videos dropping this week. So go check them out. We got some dope videos too. We got Corey spazzing out back there. I know y'all say Corey was quiet this evening. Watch Corey on this video dropping the village when he was spazzing out, talking crazy to 6F.
Spazzing out.
Yes. Anyway, y'all, we love y'all. We appreciate y'all. See y'all on Friday, man.
Y'all be great.
Black Queens forever.
Snow bunnies.